it's no longer news that the biggest challenge in the development and of Nigerian economy has to do with policies. Every day, you will realize that those at the helm of affairs are lazy at their jobs, because when you look at the policies they roll out, it's obvious that they are not forward thinkers. It's obvious that they are indeed very, very lazy. For example, this week, two issues came up. One where the CBN governor had mentioned international fee tuition expense and medical tourism as one of the major cause for the constant fall of the naira. That is not true. It's catchy for him to say that. He got the attention he wants, but indeed, that's very far from the truth. I don't even believe that those values are correct. The theme right now in Nigeria is, oh, dollar, the price of dollar is high, the price of dollar is high, dollar is high, dollar is high, it's affecting cost of goods and all of that. Of course, we're an import economy. What do you expect? We produce next to nothing. Of course, it will affect. It will affect because every businessman will want to source for dollar to get their goods into the country, and it will also affect the price, the retail price that it gets to the final when it gets to the final consumers. I saw today at New Benin Market, where the men of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, many signals suggest that they're there to clamp down the bureau de change operator, but that is not what to go about it. Who are holding this dollar? I tell you for free, they are politicians. An average Nigerian man could barely survive on their income. Would that person who could barely survive on their income want to buy dollar and keep and hold it? Could you tell me, is there any lawmaker in Nigeria that doesn't boast of a stashed $100,000? Any lawmaker or senator that doesn't boast that, oh, I have $100,000 stashed somewhere? I don't think so. You see, in the policy, you take the free will of the people out. You say you are floating in naira, and then you put there in your policy, I read from my bank, that if you are receiving foreign currency from overseas, you will collect the naira equivalent at a rate determined by the CBN or what have you, or the import and export window. I don't know. Yes, it doesn't. They are not clear with these their policies. You say you want to float the naira, then float the naira. I have the opportunity to visit some other countries too. Nobody cares about any other currency in Canada. If you come into Canada today with United States dollar, you will willingly go to your bank and give the United States dollar so they give you the equivalent of Canadian dollar so you can spend there. If you go to England today with the euro, you could buy next to nothing unless you swap your euro to pounds. So what's the fuss about dollar in Nigeria? Why is everybody crying, oh, dollar this, dollar that, dollar that? We don't spend dollar in Nigeria. We spend naira. If the CBN governor and his colleagues want to be serious about, increasing the value of naira, they should encourage manufacturing. They should encourage infrastructure development. They should tell their friends too to take it easy on national cake. And they should also tell their friends in the dollar that they are hoarding, that they should bring small out. You bring small out so that those are the importers will have something at a fair ground, at a fair basis to trade with. Another issue that I read is that of the NMCN and Midwifery Council that rolled out new guidelines and requirements for license verification. I know many people do not know it, but before now, it cost a whopping sum of over 60,000 naira to verify the same license that was issued by the NMCN and Midwifery Council. That I don't know. I don't know how they are going to explain that. You gave me a license, I applied to you through my school, for example, to get a license. You checked, I'm qualified, you licensed me. Now I want to do a verification of those licenses or maybe an authentication. I have to pay over 60,000 naira for a verification of a license you issued to me. And not just the amount of money that is involved too, but the wait time. In their new guideline, I read it has to take 6 months, or you have to, a wait time of 6 months for a verification. This does not give fair ground for nurses from Nigeria to compete with their counterparts from other parts of the globe. So sometimes I don't know what motivates these policies. In addition to the policies, the requirement or the guidelines rolled out by the Nurses and Midwifery Council, they mentioned that after you get a license, you need to practice at least 2 years in Nigeria before you can come forward for verification. Maybe you're trying to get something overseas or wherever. So how does this help nurses from Nigeria to compete for equal opportunities outside of Nigeria? I don't know if these policies makers realize that we're no longer in a military regime. We're in a democracy. And one thing that is famous with democracy is free will. I'll pay my money to get a degree. I pay you to get my license. I have my license. Now you restrict me to wait 2 years before I can apply for verification. And after applying for verification, I have to take 6 months. Is it that the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria is understaffed? Or they don't have the infrastructure for licensing nurses or carrying out verifications? Because I don't know. I think from my tech background, verification is not something that should take like forever. All you need to do is put a template there. If A is applying for verification, since you've concluded to extort these people of their hard-earned naira, over 60,000 naira, after you confirm that your money has hit your account, which it shouldn't take 3 hours for verification if you make a payment by card. Because, for example, the airline, if I were to buy a plane ticket today, which I believe the registrar of that council, if you do fly by air, it does not pay his money for the plane ticket today and wait till 6 months to get his plane ticket. So, which means then transactions in Nigeria, it shouldn't bring a mockery to the fintech economy of Nigeria. We've passed that level already. So you should be able to pay for what they've concluded that they are going to extort these people of money for the verification. So it shouldn't take 3 hours to confirm that this person has made payment. You gave a unique number for every licensee, or I don't know, for every license. I think there are a unique number there. So you have the number, you have a database. It's for you to keep querying the number in that database and say, oh yeah, these details are correct. This is the name of this person. This is the degree we gave and stuff like that. With your template, and you send out a verification same day. So I don't know why you have to wait 6 months in Nigeria to verify a license that could be done within 24 hours or at most 3 to 5 working days. So sometimes these things are unimaginable. The hardship and suffering that the people at the helms of affair bring upon Nigerians It's alarming, and it's good to start addressing these issues and letting them know that they could do better. These things are not rocket science. They are not. They could do better. And the issue of you restricting a nurse to practice in Nigeria 2 years post licensing, 2 years post licensing, I don't think it's fair, to be honest. I don't think it's fair. You don't limit people. And if you go to investigate UN labor laws and all of that, you see that they are breaching one or two or many of those laws. But I'm still trying to fathom my head around if we're actually practicing a democratic government in Nigeria or a military. There is one side that they make the laws, they make the rules, and everybody must follow. They are unquestionable. So I think Nigerians should start asking the right questions. For example, what are you using 60,000 naira, over 60,000 naira to do in the case of the issue of verifying a license you issued? Like I must commend the West African Examination Council, WAEC. I think maybe within the last 2 years or 3 years, they've adopted new verification approach, and it's easy, seamless. Once you pay, I think whether it's about 5,000 or thereabout. Once you pay, they will ask you, oh, the person that wants to verify, you want to put their email in there or wherever, or the generative. There's a way to do it, but it's so easy that you can get it same hour. If your payment went through, you can get it same hour. I must commend it. I think the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria should look towards the approach. I also implement similar. I'm waiting for 6 months to verify someone. It doesn't make sense to me. And also the amount they are charging. The average salary earned by a registered nurse in Nigeria today is 35,000 naira. To be very honest, and I'm not making this up. The nurses in Nigeria, they are trying a whole lot. The nurses here, they are trying a whole lot to take care of us. I'm telling you, because 35,000 naira in the current economic dispensation, it won't buy you anything, because a bag of rice is over 50,000 naira today. Let's talk about groundnut oil or palm oil, or chicken, or gari, or whatever, or meat, or fish, or transportation, for example, to get to your place of work, to earn 35,000 naira, and yet they are restricting this person that they have to work minimum of 2 years, and in peanuts. I think another approach they could do to discourage the nurses from taking jobs outside of the country is to try to regulate the salary take home of these nurses. Apart from also regulating other incentives, they should bring up schemes such as insurances. As long as you're a registered nurse with the Nursing and Midwifery Council, you're entitled to health insurance. You don't have to pay when you fall sick. Because I could imagine maybe during COVID, some nurses probably got sick from trying to, treat someone with COVID or something, and they take it home to their family, and the family end up spending some lump sums of amount of money to take care of themselves. I think all of this should be included in their package too. Once you're a registered nurse once you're a member of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, you're a registered nurse, you're working, you're taken care of. You understand? You're taken care of. Your family have insurance, for healthcare insurance. This will encourage more people to go into the profession. It will encourage more people to work. Work there if there are all of these benefits. It cannot just be one-sided. You keep taking from them. And when they want to make move, you make move to get better incentives for their skills and talents. You are envious. I call it envy. For anybody that came up with that policy, that person is envious of what these nurses could achieve outside of Nigeria. That person knows so much truth, and the person is willing to get away by covering this truth. And that's for that. That's for that. So I believe Nigeria could be a better place still. It could be a better place if those at the helm of affairs begin to make policies that are best for the people and not their selfish goals or not their own interest. For their policies that are best for the general public, for the interest of the general public, and not the interest of their own, of themselves and their friends. I think that's it. That's about it for now. Nigeria can be better. So let's work. Let's think towards that. The NMCN, the registrar and the people there at the NMCN Murphy Council, so the team there, I think they should be on the lookout or approach your sister body, the West African Examination Council. Approach them and try to get, you can copy. It's not bad. You can copy and implement same systems that makes life easy for people and not you trying to strangulate them from, being better or anymore. So you should also look into the salaries, the welfare of these nurses. It will also help. If people are registered nurse in Nigeria any less than 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira, in today's economy, today's economy doesn't cut it. I think this is where Labour should come in. The Labour Congress should come in and address these kind of issues. It's not just ASU alone. Nurses matters too.